Now, I have two boys, and they love making movies. My boys have been making movies since they were, my youngest one was 2 years old. He's 11 now. They were doctor and patient type movies. And we use Movie Maker and anything we could use to create a movie. Well, now they're still creating movies. They're teenagers now. I have a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old. They are still creating movies, and they're actually posting them to their YouTube channel. And, you know, I think iMovie projects are the greatest way for students to show what they know because they like creating videos and being in these productions also. So the reason this is my first one to show, I use it with lots of students. I use iMovie to actually create movies that I put into books that I create, into presentations I create, so I'll be talking about those things. And there is a common correlation for the folks here in the States. When students create content, they need to make it authentic. And so iMovie is one of those great tools I can use with the iPad to create authentic content because I have two cameras on the device. I can make all kinds of things happen with the iPad. So I'm going to show you how I created something earlier using iMovie. And I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. I'm going to pull up iMovie. And you'll see it pop up on the screen. Yeah. Okay, so you see this is actually iMovie, and I actually created this a little bit earlier. We know here in the U.S. we're about to elect a president and vice president and some other officials also. So, you know, get out to vote. Why not make a commercial? So I use iMovie to create movie trailers. And this could work great in a language arts classroom. This could work great in a science classroom. It could even work in a vocational classroom where students are videotaping the news and uploading it to CNN because that's a piece of iMovie that we can do. So I'm just going to play a bit of this clip right here so you can see what I did about voting in the U.S. So it's going to pop up on the screen.
It plays a little bit slowly on the screen, sort of almost more like shots.
Okay. And I'll talk a little bit about it after it finishes here. It's about a minute long. But it talks to students, and actually students create this, and they actually say, how do I vote in Texas? So the process of voting, what do you need to have to become a voter in Texas? Or what do you have to show at the polls? How do you get your voter ID card? Those kind of things. Why can't a student create that and make that their document that they turn in for the social studies classroom when they're talking about voting? I think iMovie would be a great tool to use. I was with a group of students a few weeks ago, well 2 weeks ago, and we were using iMovie to talk about Indian artifacts here in South Arkansas. And one of the students, he used iMovie to videotape himself inside the classroom. I said, well, why don't you just take your mobile device and go out to where you actually picked up the bowl or picked up the arrowhead and record that setting all the way back to the classroom. That would be more authentic. He was gung-ho. He grabbed his iPhone and he was ready to go the next day with his dad to go out and make that video recording. So that's a great way to use iMovie in the classroom. So that's one of my favorite apps to show off first. And I'll pop up here. I can create an entire project using iMovie, pull in images, pull in video clips, or like the way I like to use it is the trailers where I can actually get 1-minute snapshots of what you know. And I use it with my kids. I use it with kids at church. I use it with kids at school to actually show me what you know in a minute. I think that is a very powerful tool, and using iMovie to do that is very, very neat.
Harry, what does iMovie cost?
iMovie, if you buy a single copy of iMovie, it's like $5, $4.99. But if you're a school district and you do volume purchasing, and that's what a lot of schools are doing because when they buy apps, they usually buy for more than one device. So you usually get those for half price. So you can get it about $2.50 if you buy it as a volume purchase. So this one app for $5, you can do quite a bit with it. But even better for a school, when you do the volume purchasing, it's even better.